It's time for me to do a vinyl update. We went to a couple thrift stores this weekend, so I'm just going to show you what I got. It is a variety of things that I picked up, and it's a little bit of a stack, so I'm not going to talk much. I'm just going to kind of flip through them. All of these came from Goodwill.
Let me hold them.
I haven't cleaned them or listened to them. I'll hand them to you.
Alright.
Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. Or taking the price tag off of them, so excuse me for that. So the first one I have here, it's called a Winter Solstice. It's instrumental.
I have a few records by that label.
It's kind of like
Ambient.
yeah, that's the word I was looking for, ambient. So there's a label. Cool. There you go. So it's a real pretty record cover. Next thing I got is Melanie. Gatefold. Most of her records are gatefold, I've come to realize. Love the label on this one. And this has got, what's the name of that song, babe?
Brand New Key.
Yeah, Brand New Key on it. I love her covers.
It's a good album.
They're usually my style.
Yeah. Let me see. There's another song on here that I remember listening to. Oh, yeah. Some say I got the devil.
This one I got, it's Vic Damone and Peggy Man.
You showed that?
Yeah. With Ted Dell's orchestra. And it's called Music for Going Steady. Are we going steady, babe?
Pretty steadily.
I just got it because I thought it was freaking hilarious.
Well, you tell them what we did when we went to the second Goodwill this time.
Oh, we picked out... So what we did is it's like a big long shelf, like real long. And he sat at one end and I sat at this end. And we just flipped through records. And I pulled out records for me that I saw, but then I pulled out anything that I thought he would like. And then he did the same thing. And we met in the middle. And then we said, well, these are the ones I picked out for you. And then from there we picked out the ones that we wanted from the stack that each person picked out for the other. And whatever else we picked out. So, this was one of the ones that he picked for me, and I thought that was pretty funny.
Well, I like the cover, and I know that
like
you sort of like those types of covers.
I like her lipstick. This is Connie Francis. Hawaii Connie. I never ever realized that she made a Hawaiian record. I mean, back in like the 50s and 60s, it was pretty common for them to make Hawaiian records. That was like something that they did. She's got Blue Hawaii on here, and she's got Tiny Bubbles on here, which I can't wait to listen to because I'm sure it's going to be awesome because I love Connie Francis. The record is in fantastic shape. So, I just picked that up. And I love that picture on the front. That's beautiful. Doesn't even look like her.
I was getting ready to say it doesn't even look like her.
Then I picked up this. Barry DeVries, I think is how you say his name. And
Verzon.
He has he's a pianist. I think I read that he's a pianist, and so I used to be a huge Young and the Restless fan. I haven't watched it in years, okay, but I used to love Young and the Restless.
I'm sure you're not missing anything.
I'm sure if I picked it up,
Victor's still alive. Put it that way. Mrs. Chancellor is not. So I know that much. I know more than I should.
Well, I know that.
Yeah.
I'm sure if I started watching it, it'd be right exactly where I left off, 6 or 7 years ago when I stopped watching it. But he does Nadia's theme on here, the theme from Young and the Restless. And he does I Write the Songs, and he does a theme from from SWAT.
I'd rather hear the theme from Squad.
All by myself. So this should be a pretty relaxing.
See, that's why he's all by himself, because he did the theme from Squad.
Yeah,
You
that
want
should
to
be
be
in
by
my
yourself.
Zumba class.
You want to be by yourself when you're doing a squat.
The theme from Squat should be in my Zumba class.
Well, I was thinking of a different kind of squat, but yeah.
Ha ha. Then this is another record that he found for me, and this is a really cool record.
That's a really unusual one, I thought. You can get a Ziploc bag so it'll stay fresh. I think that bag's about at it, though, isn't it?
Hold that, please.
I don't know if I really want to hold that. It's sort of...
So what this is the original radio broadcast at a complete radio show with Charles Laughton and Margaret O'Brien in the Canterville Ghost. That's what this is. And I just thought that was very peculiar and quite extremely interesting. It's like a brand new record. So whoever had it before me really took good care of it.
I've never seen any of those. I'm sure they made a whole bunch of different ones.
This was performed on June 18th, 1945. So that's really cool. I can't wait to listen to it and see if it really does sound like a radio broadcast.
It probably does. It says the complete radio show.
I know, that's what it says.
So I bet you.
I betcha.
It looks like it's been in this plastic since 1945. Oops. Drop it.
So then I got 2 records by Billy
Craddock.
I can never say his last name. This is an artist that Branton has turned me on to. He's a country artist.
I seen him in concert back in the 70s.
His mama is a huge fan.
She's the one that got me into it, of course. Playing 8 tracks back in the 70s.
Who would you liken him to?
Well, he tries to be Elvis, like a lot of people did in the 70s. They were influenced by Elvis. And he wore white jumpsuits and everything for a while. It's like when I seen him at, I forget the name of the place. It was in Springfield, where they had that.
Amphitheater?
Yeah. We seen, it was him and Johnny Russell opened the show, and then it was Billy Craddock, and he's wearing a white jumpsuit, if I remember right. Doing all them Elvis moves and stuff. And it's like Tom Jones sort of done that. I mean, everybody's sort of done that.
But he is country, so...
He was country before country was cool.
That's what they say. That's what these young ladies seem to think.
Rub it in.
Rubbing it in. On the country line, I also picked up this Eddie Rabbitt. When I was growing up, my first introduction to my own music was my mom had bought me a tape player, like the kind that have the buttons on them, like the recording kind.
Which we just seen those at Walmart.
Yeah, my mom had bought me one for Christmas, and she bought me Eddie Rabbitt, ABBA, Charlie Daniels, I think that was it, those, I think that was it. Those 3 cassette tapes. And that was my first introduction to having my own music. And I was probably about 8 or 9 years old. So, I love Eddie Rabbitt. So I picked this up.
Which I don't think I'd seen that one before.
I have the other one like on vinyl that my mom had got me on cassette tape that has I Love the Rainy Nights on it. I have that, and I have the single of him and Crystal Gayle singing Just You and I, so that's pretty cool. But when I saw this picture, I watched this show called Lost Girls, or Lost Girl. It's not plural. But it's a fantasy show, and one of the characters in it was a werewolf, and he kind of looks like Eddie Rabbitt when I saw this picture. Isn't that funny?
That's funny.
Then I picked up more music for relaxation. It's a string orchestra. It's a strings and orchestra.
Can you pronounce that? I can never pronounce that.
I will try. I think it's called Melotrino Strings and Orchestra. Sorry if that's mispronounced.
I never can say it right. I love the cover on that one.
I do.
I looked for that record forever, and I found it just fairly recently. So to see it again is like that's sort of unusual, I think. But you know, we've said that a million times, and how that always happens.
Yeah, this has got some good stuff on it, like Poor Butterfly and The Four Seasons, Misty.
It doesn't look very comfortable the way she's laying though. Look, it looks like her back is going the opposite direction.
Oh, she's laying. The chair is sitting up like this. So.
I know, but how can she bend like that?
Well,
show them the picture.
Anybody.
Doesn't it look like she's bent in half the wrong direction?
Maybe she's flexible.
Say she'd have to be.
Maybe she's a yogi.
She looks like yogi.
And then lastly, I got Jeannie Pruitt Satin Sheets. So this too is country, old country.
We used to play that at work. I used to be in charge of the music before we got XM, and I'd recorded a bunch of mixed CDs, and that song was on a few of them. And there was this one person that worked there. Is like they hated that song every time it came on. I remember them saying that, but I remember that song from being a kid.
I think it's funny, this little outfit that she's got on. That does not look like a nightgown to me. I won't be sleeping in that.
Maybe she don't sleep. Maybe she stays up all night with insomnia.
Well, she's holding a picture of her bow. See?
I don't know.
And she's laying up on the bed with satin sheets.
I'm surprised you didn't get that other one that we seen. It says, "Is that the song about satin sheets?" And it's I don't know why I didn't get that one really.
So that's all I got. Like I said, it's a bunch of mishmashy stuff, but it was fun.
That's how you roll.
That's how I roll. We had a good time flipping through the records and choosing records for each other, and we know each other pretty well.
Yeah, you'll be seeing the ones that she picked out for me in my stack among the other ones I picked out.
He's got a video that he'll be posting later on, either today or earlier this week.
Today, and maybe later too.
And I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Leave your comments on the down low. And we'll be talking at you later. Peace.